Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of all binaries, I am Wolfgang Wilcox, your friend from the UK, wishing you a happy new year and welcome to the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. We are on the start of my Phoenix Wright arc, which will see me complete this trilogy, the Ace Attorney Investigations duology, and the Apollo trilogy. Right, let us start afresh with the very first game, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. The first Turnabout. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin it on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh. Hiya, Chief. Whew. Glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. When everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this, it says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favour. A favour? You mean you knew a defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Michael Kent. Sorry. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone he's a good guy at heart. That I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The, defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Yes, Your Honor. Hand shaking. Mum spaghetti. Fucking. Come on, focus. Eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in the case.
Larry Butts. The defendant, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct. Keep your wits about you and you'll do just fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me the victim's name.
Cindy. I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? The victim? Of course I know the victim's name. Just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Yep, thank you, Mia. Press the R1 button anytime to check it, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mia, what's an R1 button?
Mr. Wright, who was the victim in the case?
Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death?
Loss of blood, blunt force trauma.
She died because she was...
a blunt object. Struck once by a blunt object.
Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then, first a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright has just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court what that object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the finger. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Statue in the shape of the finger. It is rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. The evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the L1 button to check the yeah. Okay.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention, you don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumb. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on the 30th of the 7th, the day before the murder.
Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who give her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude.
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the one directions. Should I? My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to the case.
Oh! Nick, what do you mean irrelevant?
That cheating she-dog! Larry, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna die, I'm just gonna drop dead. And when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Oh, he went. What do? I don't think I'm allowed to suppress him for this one. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went.
Order! Well, Mr. Butts?
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, I didn't see her.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, this is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand.
Frank saw it.
Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes. Newspapers. Yes.
Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw the day of the murder.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment, and then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
The electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 on the day of the crime.
Now, Mr. Wright.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, Wright, this is it, the real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? You exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, Wright. Then the witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key, it's in the evidence. Compare the witness testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. Time of death, around 4. 5. Ah! That looks like one already. But it was 1 o'clock, the victim wasn't dead yet. Situation of the thinker. Victim arrived the day before the murder. Electricity. Right. Find contradictions between the court record and the witness testimony. And then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with the R1 and point out the contradictions in the testimony. Right. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would take notice of him. I don't know, he just seems strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests you refrain from conjecture.
Of course, what the witness means is that the man looked suspicious. So, what happened next?
Half open, you say?
Yes, the door was open halfway, yes. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd, in a big city like this, I thought. I see, and what happened next?
What gave you the idea to look in the building? Well, the door was half open, you see. Isn't it only human to want to peek? We climb mountains because they're there. It's the same thing.
Truer words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside.
Why did pain cut him off so quickly?
So you looked into the apartment. What happened then?
Saw a line there, not moving. Are you sure she was dead?
Well,
No, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. Guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well, what happened next? Wild and frightened, found myself outside. So you didn't touch anything in the apartment?
yes, I mean, no, nothing.
Okay. You fought to call the police? Does that mean you didn't actually call them?
Please do listen to the rest of the testimony. You fought to call the police. What happened next?
The phone in her apartment wasn't working?
Yes, no, it wasn't. Right.
But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you?
Oh, that.
I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call.
And the phone wasn't working, correct?
What happened next? Phone. Why use a public phone? Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone. And being the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer in the nearby apartments. Right, what time did you call again? The time exactly was 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Are you certain? Absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Doesn't that seem strange to you? Yes, it did, Mia. Present some evidence to contradict him. Oops. That's all of it. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Yes. And
Objection!
you found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death was sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sorrett, why were you so certain you found the body at 1 p.m.?
That's a really good question. Great job, Wright. You've put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, the whole story falls apart. Wait! I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time, probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. No, they couldn't, because there was a power outage. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
You know what to do. I've got this one. At the time, probably coming from the television. Impossible.
Objection!
Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You can't have heard a television or a video. Well...
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite...
Oh, wait!
I remember now.
Mr. Sawit, the court will prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must be the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. Defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly.
Objection!
Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? You with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes, Mr. Payne.
as the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time aloud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. Have any problems with this testimony now?
Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock was to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
Therefore, the witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court! Intriguing. Do continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. The voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture!
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, never. Look, the clock. I heard. No, I saw. I saw. Ah! Shut! I hate you. I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Give him death. Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright, sir.
Your Honor,
You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is running on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawyer heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully.
That's certainly a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So we heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
it's 11:25. Huh?
As you can see, the clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawyer heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawyer, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Oh, what's he talking about now? It may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close.
Mr. Wright? It seems you lack critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
That means I can't let you indict the witness. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawyer.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all the same. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawyer. Chief! Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove it. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you still can't win. Try thinking outside the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think it through. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of the reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support the claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
Because she was away in Paris.
Take that!
The victim had just returned home abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 PM here, it's 1 AM the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the car apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It, or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
He was arrested and taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete an offence so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but the court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. With that, the court is adjourned.
It turns out Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. And boom. I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry? You're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Oh, Nick.
Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no! I mean bad! Bad, bad, bad! Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was... Oh, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts in a... Stop. Stop it. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't it make you just want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't got to sympathise with me, it's okay. I'm not just sympathising, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? The statue. She must have thought something of him if she thought to keep it.
Take that!
Check it out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. What about the clock? The clock you made her, Larry. She took it with her when she travelled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty hefty clock to take travelling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. And hopefully you realise things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. In order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn. Hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to an innocent Butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime, maybe over drinks. And so my first trial came to a close. Lois slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the centre of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep.